Good morning and welcome to Minerals, Rocks, and Fossil Talks. I am your fossil teacher, Jen, and today we're going to do a Wordplay Wednesday. We're talking about fossil horizons. If you've ever gone to a public talk or just had a conversation with a paleontologist, you might have heard them talk about a bone or a fossil horizon. And no, as cool as this looks, that's not what a fossil horizon is. It's just a layer of rock in which the fossils are embedded in. Here's one of ours at the Evil Tree Bone Bed. In fact, it's one of four fossil horizons that we have at our site, and it's crazy. So how do we tell the difference between all of these horizons? The first thing is that each horizon's at a different depth within our ancient riverbed. And each horizon has different grain sizes and different fossils in them, so we know they were deposited at different times. Some of these layers even have sedimentary structures. Sedimentary structures are just things like ripple marks or cross-bedding, things like that. This is our lowermost fossil horizon, and it's mostly carbonized plant remains and some petrified wood fragments from a poorly consolidated, very fine-grained sandstone to siltstone. And you can see kind of right here above my head, that's one of those carbonized plant pieces. The fossils in this particular layer were not well preserved, and so we didn't save any of them. We couldn't, they were kind of powdery. So we have plenty of petrified wood from the other side and the draw. So it's okay. It's sad, but it's okay. This is our second bone horizon. It's where we find all of our sauropod bones, like this rib. It's going into the hill. These are all kind of piled up on each other in a cross-bedded, medium-grain sandstone. And then the third fossil horizon sits right on top of the second. And you can actually see it here because we haven't totally uncovered our second horizon. This spot that I'm sitting on right now is the third bone horizon with a couple of chunks of rock we set aside. But there is lots of stuff sitting on top of that rib. The third horizon's kind of a crumbly disaster. It's filled with heavily eroded bone and coarse to very coarse-grained sandstone that is also very poorly consolidated. And this is what the bones coming out of there look like. This is half of a vertebrae that we found. It looks so pretty in this picture, but what happened is we picked the rock up and literally this bone was sheared. And there was nothing we could do to save the other half. It crumbled the moment we popped it off. Obviously, we didn't know the fossil was there. We have not been able to save much. There are little bones in here that are actually in fairly good condition. So we've been able to pull microfossils out. Well, what we call microfossils. What people like maybe Geology Johnson would not call microfossils because we can still see them in the naked eye. But when you're working at a sauropod quarry, anything smaller than the sauropods, it's micro, right? Anyway, this is our fourth and final fossil horizon, at least as far as we know right now, because we are still diving 45-degree angle in there, and there's still more on the hillside, I'm sure. No, I'm sure, I know. We found fossils coming out of the other side of the hill. Anyway, this is the uppermost fossil horizon that we have right now, and it contains a nearly complete articulated vertebral column of a small dinosaur, right here, in a sandy limestone, or a limey sand. We haven't really decided one way or the other. looks recrystallized. Not recrystallized. It looks heavily crystallized, and it's very much cemented and stuck together with calcite. So, anyway, and on this end below it, we actually did find a skull, so there's all kinds of cool stuff in this horizon. I found this one. It's my baby. Yeah, so you can kind of see that we have... It's hard to tell in the pictures that these horizons look different, but I promise you in person, they're wildly different. So tune in next Monday to learn how we interpret the environment with all of this info. It'll be fun times, and I will fossilize you later.